Alright, what's next? Juds! You know what time it is? It's time for the quartering to talk about Brie Larson, which means it's time for me to talk about the quartering talking about Brie Larson. You ever wonder what the point of life is? Me either.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and we roast because we love. I honestly consider myself the #1 Brie Larson fan channel on YouTube.
And I'm the #1 Brie Larson fan channel. Welcome.
I honestly don't think you could find another channel that praises Brie Larson as much as me. I have nearly 50 videos on the woman. I am her
That's a lot of videos. It's almost like it's super weird.
biggest fan, and I hope at one point, sincerely, that Brie will consider collaborating with me because she's been a pretty good
Have a good night, Le Poupon. Thanks for coming to the stream.
sport so far. Although her fans can't say the same.
I may have an obsession with watching the quartering talk about Brie Larson. Do we need an intervention? Give it a shot. Hey? You can't stop me.
Now, we know Brie Larson from Captain Marvel mostly.
Jouster Zen with 5-bit says Brie Larson is clearly the meaning to life. True.
And also her comments that she doesn't care what some 40-year-old white guy has to say about her movie. But Brie is here to stay, and she's being linked to a wide variety of new films. Films of interesting characters. Films that you may have a wonderful displate for, like Metroid. Or, I don't know, or maybe you like Marvel displays. Hey, they gave me a special discount. Only one day left to get yours. This video is sponsored like this. My easy, separate, my percent off. This is the 7%, 32%. Overwatch, DC, think of my link channel. Since
nothing funny about the tools of capitalism.
M the Ambassador 19 with 100 bits. Has he gotten feet pics yet, or is that a subscriber special? You know, the worst thing is, I actually think Displate. I'm not going to click his link, because I don't want him to get my, you know. The worst thing is, I think that the metal prints are actually a cool idea. And I'm sure there are some that I would like. But damn, they sponsored Jeremy, so I don't think it's something I could buy. Oh, that's a pretty cool one. Oh, that's a good one with the Enterprise. Anyway.
the YouTube channel started for Brie Larson, I think it's kind of been this PR thing for her to try and appear to be more normal. Playing Animal Crossing, going on Animal Crossing.
Jeremy, she is normal. What are you talking about? She's an actress, and she's rich. But, like, as far as rich actresses go, she seems relatively normal.
Talk shows and a wide variety of things like that. A smart move. Her first video on her YouTube channel was a major, major misstep. But her second, much better. It's almost like somebody took the feedback and decided, oh,
does Jeremy think he's fixing Brie Larson's YouTube channel? Does he think she's watched his video and went, you know, that's actually a very thoughtful criticism of my channel, Jeremy. Thank you. No.
Okay, people don't want this fake, overproduced stuff. So when she does a Q&A video the following day, it gets a third as many views. It goes from 1.8 million down to, in fact, I should bring it up for you here. But it seems like she's learning, at least to me. We go here. Here's her channel. Her first video got 1.8 million views, right? Her second video got 500K, and her third video got an embarrassing 50K. Her channel is, 50,000, that's it?
Jeremy, let's see what it's up to now. 53,000. Jeremy, she has 309,000 subscribers. That's not a bad click-through rate in terms of subscriptions on YouTube. Like, I'm sure she'll get more over time, but even if she doesn't, she's still gonna have more money than you, Jeremy. I don't understand the salt. Who cares? Let's see, this is an important conversation with Justina Omakua. I'm actually not sure who that person is, but that's different than, like, the Animal Crossing one. The Animal Crossing one got 500,000 views. I imagine if she does another Animal Crossing video or something, it'll probably get more views. I don't know who this person is. Let me see what the description says. Hey friends, I hope you enjoyed learning with Justina just as much as I did. I love being able to share my platform for critical conversations. I hope this brought some insight to you. If you liked the conversation or have any suggestions on who I should talk to next, please leave a comment below. I know, right? Imagine getting 50,000 views on 3 vids into a channel. Yeah, clearly she's just struggling so hard. Cope harder, Jeremy, please.
Did she upload this? Did she upload this like in the middle of the night? 11K up, 2K down. Uh-oh. I haven't even seen this video. I'm concerned that I love how Brie acknowledges her privilege and doesn't deny it like others do. And she uses her platform to show the okay.
Uh-oh. Jeremy's gonna be mad because someone's talking about real-world issues instead of talking about cartoons in a room full of toys. Wah, wah.
Okay. Well, this video obviously isn't for me. And a very important conversation with Justina Omakua. I don't know who that is or if I pronounced that name correctly, but clearly this video is not for me. And also clearly not for her own fans because nobody cared about it. Her channel is dying already after just 3 videos.
Jeremy, it's a serious conversation about racial issues. It's not gonna get as many views as an Animal Crossing video. Unfortunately, that is the world we live in. People aren't gonna watch serious discussions about actual real-world issues as much as they're going to be like, oh look, fun disposable entertainment.
I guess that's what happens when the majority of all the press in the world doesn't support you every single video that you do. That's actually shocking. We got to do something. Brie, now's the time to collaborate with one of your more vocal critics. I think it could be a great video. We could bury the hatchet.
Jeremy, she will never talk to you. This is embarrassing. Please stop simping for Brie Larson. This is goddamn embarrassing. You're a 40-year-old man, Jeremy. Please stop.
We could talk about Animal Crossing. We could talk about Samus and Metroid. We could talk about all sorts of things. And I'd be willing to bet it'd be a pretty popular video. Maybe even bridge the gap between the stupid 40-year-old white men whose opinions you don't want and everyone else.
No. Fuck off, Jeremy. No one cares.
Brie Larson begs Nintendo to cast her as Samus in a Metroid movie. So Nintendo, once again, I would love to do it. Captain Marvel's Brie Larson has once again confirmed that she would love to play the bounty hunter Samus in a Metroid movie.
I could see that. It'd be a little similar to Captain Marvel, I feel like, but yeah, I could see it. Space, bounty hunter, Samus Aran, sure. Brie
Larson appeared on Gary Whitta's Animal Talking talk show, and his...
Oh yeah, she definitely has no idea Jeremy exists. Jeremy doesn't even have 1 million subscribers. Like, people outside of this weird community where we, like, talk about chuds and stuff, and actual chuds themselves, normal people do not know who Jeremy is. At all. There's as good of a chance of her knowing Jeremy exists as there is of Jeremy knowing I exist talking about his Brie Larson videos. The Ambassador 19 with 100 bits. I was joking about the feet pics, but now I'm not too sure if I was off.
Producer Adam Nickerson asks Larson why he's hearing so much Brie Samus talk. Whitta chimed in and said, they all want you to play Samus, Brie. They want you to be in Metroid movie. I don't know who they are. I mean, I know I do. I would love to have Brie Larson in another one of my beloved franchises. It would just be the bee's knees. My only fear is that it could somehow interfere with her also being in Star Wars, because that would be heartbreaking if she had to choose between them.
I, like, have no opinion on the new Star Wars movies that are coming out. I don't know anything about them, but I really want Brie Larson to be cast in them just because it'll make Jeremy mad. And for some reason, I have this weakness where Jeremy's salty tears sate me in a way that nothing else can. It's beautiful. Jeremy, please. More, daddy.
Larson took the question in stride and discussed how much she would love to play the iconic Nintendo character. I would love that so much, Larson said, so I was Samus for Halloween 2 years ago. It was literally a $20 costume I bought off Amazon. Lol, she's just like us. It was like nothing.
Jeremy, she just said she literally bought the costume off Amazon. Like, if that's relatable, okay. What of it? She's a human being. She's gonna buy shit off Amazon.
I was so excited about it. I posted a picture of it on Instagram of me in the costume, and it turned into this thing of...
Let me see. I want to see that picture, actually. Brie Larson, Samus. Oh, she was like Zero Suit Samus.
There's nothing funny about the tools
Okay.
of capitalism.
I was wondering how she got a Samus costume for $20, but it makes sense that it was like a Zero Suit one. Okay. Sure. Big Titty Meg, thanks for continuing your subscription on a 3-month streak. Very cool.
people being like, whoa, she was always my character in Super Smash Bros. And I just loved her. So that whole thing started, and I've definitely not put a squash to the story, and I definitely want to make that movie. I definitely want to participate. So Nintendo...
It wouldn't surprise me if at some point they make a Samus movie, a Metroid movie. Nintendo's getting into the movie business once again. Obviously, they've been burned with, like, the Super Mario Brothers movie, but, and the Wizard. But, they have made a deal with Universal. They're doing a Nintendo Land theme park. Let's take a look. Nintendo Universal Studios. It's pretty cool, actually. I haven't been to a theme park in Florida in quite a while, but I both have to see Harry Potter World and this. They're making a whole Nintendo Land, and it's going to look like, you know, like the Nintendo games, both Mario, and there'll be like a Zelda area, and I'd imagine there'll be maybe a Metroid area, if not just like a little Metroid, you know, attraction or something. And they're also making a Super Mario Brothers movie, which will probably do quite well. It's like an animated movie. I think it'll probably do better than the Dennis Hopper version from the late 80s. But they could do a Metroid movie. I don't know. Makes sense.
Nintendo, once again, I would love to do it. Now, you can't hold it against Brie. Of course. Imagine any one of us normies out there. Any one of us normies. If we got a film role, a job that lasted, I don't know how long they filmed for, let's say a year, which would probably be overstating it. But
that would be a long-ass filming. Usually, actual production on a film lasts like 3 or 4 months if it's a big movie with a lot of shots that need to get done. And it's also going to depend on, I don't know, shooting does not usually take a year. It could up into including some post-production stuff. It could be longer than a year, but not the actual filming of first unit stuff.
You know, you've got to learn the script. You've got to do reshoots. You got to do everything. So let's call it a year. And you made, I don't know, $10 million for that.
Jeremy, she's a huge actress, so fan castings happen, right? I'm trying to think of, like, let's see famous fan casts that came true. "11 fan castings that actually came true. Joe Manganiello, who's Deathstroke in the DC universe, he was fan cast, and then that actually happened. This is a still should, though. Henry Cavill in The Witcher was a fan cast, and then it came true. That's a still. Patrick Stewart as Professor X came true. Jessica Chastain as Adult Bev. Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. Brie Larson as Captain Marvel is an example of that. Samuel L. Jackson's Nick Fury is probably the biggest one people are aware of. The point is, if you're famous and people see you in a role, you can lobby yourself for that role, and sometimes it happens. Like, that's a thing that happens. What's a fan cast? Basically, it's when a bunch of people know that a movie's getting made, and they say, who should play this role? And the fans sort of come together and, like, make fan art and stuff of that person as that character. Like, a famous one now is Fantastic Four John Krasinski. So John Krasinski is a current fan cast that people want, and Emily Blunt for Fantastic Four, because he looks a lot like Mr. Fantastic. Like, I get it. He looks the part. And he could probably do it, like, regardless of what you think about him after the whole, you know, selling of Some More Good News or whatever it was called. He looks the part, like, for sure. But if he were to be cast, cool. That would be a fan cast, because people make, like, art and stuff to show that he would look really, really perfect in the role.
You better believe if I was in Hollywood, I'd be down on my knees.
Isn't Mr. Fantastic a little older? I mean, John Krasinski's in his, like, mid-40s. John Krasinski. He was born in 1979. He's 40 years old. Like, that's about how old I would think a youngish when Fantastic Four starts Mr. Fantastic would be.
Anytime. Oh, that famous story of a fat Midwestern guy? Oh, yeah, I would definitely love to play.
Who's the guy that played the bad guy in Doctor Strange? Are you talking about Dormammu, or do you mean Mordo?
That? Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, or do you mean Caecilius? The guy who plays Hannibal in the Hannibal show. Hannibal actor. Mads Mikkelsen, that's his name.
You need someone to play Carl from in a live-action Aqua Teen Hunger Force movie? Yeah, I can learn. I can get that accent down. Yeah, I mean...
Jeremy, are you one of the most sought-after and recognizable actors in the world? No? Then it seems like the situation's different. She is. She just got done being in one of the biggest movies of all time, Endgame, after she was in another of one of the most highest grossing movies of all time, Captain Marvel. She's an incredibly sought after actress. You don't have to like that, but it is the reality of the situation. So yeah, people like this can kind of dictate a little bit, like, oh, I'm putting feelers out. This is a role I'd like to play if you ever want to do it. You're not an actor, Jeremy. You're barely a YouTuber.
I can't blame her. At all.
There's nothing funny
the whole Brie Larson sound.
Devious Chillster with 10 bits. I mean, I'd pick Danny DeVito to play Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Okay, I could see it.
Let's talk. I began, as she mentioned above, when she dressed up as a Zero-Suit Samus for Halloween in 2018. Back then, she responded to a tweet and asked if the image was the closest we'd get to actually seeing a Metroid movie. With her in it, she said, "I hope not. I want to make that movie." There was once again, more hope for a Metroid movie, as John Woo was attached to direct the film, a film based on Nintendo's property back in 2004. IGN spoke to a former producer of the potential film back in 2012. They discussed what happened and that the project never made it to theaters. I don't know if
you're upset that Mads Mikkelsen can never be Doctor Doom now. I mean, he could. Just don't show his face ever. Because obviously once he gets the mask on, he can, be anything. Just never show his face.
The film has the cachet anymore. But the franchise. I mean, it is huge. People know, obviously. But I don't know. I mean, it's at least as big as Sonic, right? And Sonic did just fine in the theaters, I would guess. It's just got to be similar to that. Well, we may not be getting a Metroid movie quite yet. Larson will be returning as Captain Marvel in the sequel. That's set to be released in 2022. Gosh, I hope we don't have to wait that long to get another Brie Larson movie. That would just be torturous.
Jeremy, you're so salty that she's like a successful actress. Dude, it's fine. You miscalculated. Captain Marvel was one of the most popular, like, It's one of the most it's one of the highest grossing movies. Captain Marvel box office. Captain Marvel is one of the highest. It's in like the top 15 or top 20 or so. Highest grossing movies of all time. Like, and yeah, a large part of that's due to the fact that it's part of the MCU, which is one of the most successful film franchises in the history of cinema. But, like, it is what it is. People like her, Jeremy. Just because you don't doesn't mean other people don't.
Continues on her reunion tour, too. Why Captain Marvel Brie Larson is trying to be a more open, honest version of herself these days. Well, maybe she has a PR problem, reputation problem. Maybe
Jeremy, outside of people who watch your channel and a bunch of other chuds, no one knows anything about this bullshit you lie about Brie Larson. No one cares. I'm one of the weirdos who likes seeing how salty you get, so I know. But, like, the only reason I know is because I laugh at this shit, because it's hilarious. No one in general audiences knows anything about the lies you've told about Brie Larson. The elevated sense of self-importance is very strange. You'd think after Captain Marvel made over $1 billion, it would have hit him like, wait a minute. People don't share the same opinion as me in the general movie-going audiences. But nope, he still thinks that his opinion is the prevailing way that moviegoers see this stuff. And it's very, very weird.
Maybe she's box office poison. No, she's not. Captain Marvel made $1 billion. By the way, like I predicted it would. Had nothing to do with being a required reading for the the end of the biggest film franchise in history, but yeah, whatever.
It wasn't really that required, Jeremy. Captain Marvel wasn't that big of a role in Endgame. It's almost like people just wanted to go see Captain Marvel because it looked fun, and it was like most Marvel movies.
I don't want to go down that road.
And by the way, Jeremy, you were spreading conspiracy theories about how you thought Disney was buying up huge batches of tickets to artificially inflate the box office of Captain Marvel. That's how salty you are about it. So let's not pretend you were always like, oh, I knew this was going to make $1 billion. You made like a dozen videos prior to it coming out saying how it was going to flop. So shut up with this revisionist history lies.
In the past, Brie Larson remained a private person despite winning an Academy Award and playing superhero Captain Marvel. But with the release of her new YouTube channel that people have already completely abandoned, she's starting to share more of herself with the world by being open and honest about who she is. Why the sudden shift? She recently delved into that. Brie appeared on an episode of Hot Ones where she spoke, quote, I think for so long my internet perception was like through a press day. I always felt like if I revealed too much of myself that these people wouldn't be able to believe me as other characters. So that's really been something that I've tried to hold close to my chest. There's a lot of people don't know about me, and I guess a lot deep down I've been scared to be so vulnerable on the internet. Hey, that's a reasonable thing, okay? That makes sense. Some actors tend to play themselves on camera. It doesn't sound like Brie Larson wants that to be an issue for her, though she does look to have gotten over it and comfortable showing herself and her flaws. Everyone knows the internet is full of controversy, some real and some not, so an actress being vulnerable on it might feel scary. Oh, please. Just pile all that money around yourself and get on with it.
He's so mad. He's so mad.
You're literally an actor for a living, all right?
Yeah.
So what I'm looking for is to bring more seats to the table. So it's likely Brie wants to set the record straight about who she really is rather than some other lens, she later said. That's part of it, being more open about my flaws and who I actually am, and not just through the director's lens or through the safety of a character. I don't believe this for a second. I watched Brie Larson's first YouTube video, and it wasn't who Brie Larson is. It's who Brie Larson's publicist wants you to think she is.
I don't even necessarily disagree with that thought, but yeah, Jeremy, she's a celebrity on YouTube with a YouTube channel that's being not only put on by her, but by her agency in order to get a certain public image. welcome. That's how it is in the real world. Like, I don't know what you expect here. I really don't. Like, Will Smith is, like, doing the same shit, but you don't talk about him constantly.
Do I think she plays Animal Crossing? Yes. Do I think she really likes Samus? Yes. Do I think she really would love to be in that movie or a Star Wars film? Yes. I don't think she's entirely fake, but I don't think the product you're getting on her YouTube channel is very convincing that she's just like this regular person, you know, who's been in Hollywood since she was 5 years old. She's been acting her entire life. I'm not sure she even knows who she really is.
That's a pretty bold assertion, Jeremy, to claim that another human being who's an adult doesn't know who she is. Sorry she doesn't paste her personality out in the open by buying a lot of toys and displaying them in the background of her videos. I guess that means she doesn't know who she is.
But it'll be interesting to see if there remains any interest whatsoever in her YouTube channel going forward, and I look forward to Nintendo casting her in the next Metroid film. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.
Jesus, Jeremy, please get over it. Just please.